Welcome to Nintendo News. I'm your host, Chris Tysus, and this is the NNN show, episode 146, I believe. Now, as you know, a couple of days ago, my Switch did break. It still turns on and that, but the fan has stopped. And that was a bit devastating for the stream show and generally just sort of moving things forward. And that was not a very good time, I suppose. However, couple days, a few days later, Bree has decided to help get me a new Nintendo Switch, which is still a bit mind-boggling for me. Personally, I didn't expect this. He sort of offered, and I was sort of like, oh, I could get just the fan fixed and I would be okay with that. And I know I didn't quite have the money for it, but it was sort of like, well, something breaks down in the household, you've got to fix it. But he seemed pretty keen. I was like, you really sure? And he was like, no, I'm fine with it. And I thought I would do it because it solves some problems with my current Switch. A couple of the problems, I don't think you can see it, but it's got a bit of a chip, which is not a big problem, but it's not great either, especially on a handheld. I think on a home console, a chip or two is okay, as long as it's not near the power supply or any plugs in that. The other one too, I think it has warped. I think I've been in denial since I bought it, trying to be... Probably had my Nintendo fanboy hat on and sort of going, oh, the Switch is fine. Nintendo doesn't make bad hardware, but, this was definitely a bit of a prototype for it. So that was an issue too. Also too, that the new model, also too, I've had issues with Joy-Cons, so I don't have Joy-Cons at the moment. And I guess I'll better open some of this up. There's a bit of work to be done with it, with the system transfers. That could take a while. So with this new model, it has the better battery life. Now, that's not because it has a better battery. It's because the CPU is a bit smaller and they've done tweaking and optimizing, I suppose, and they've extended the life, of the same battery, which is pretty good. So, they're probably not spending as much money. There you go. Look how beautiful that is. That is a very nice screen. I'm not too sure how it differs from the old one, but, we'll work it out. Oh, it's a little bit lighter in color. It's not chipped, which is good. The new one. We'll just put the new one there. Let's not do things to the screen. The Joy-Cons. Yeah, these are cool Joy-Cons. I like these cars. I like the sort of the texture. Old textures like in school. If you ever used a texture. I think I've got some textures here. Like for example. That's similar colours. You know what I mean, right? Sort of that type of colour. So what's underneath it? Oh, all the other stuff that I've... Okay. Oh, wow. Can't find this. I know it's somewhere in my house, but it's somewhere. It's somewhere. So that would be cool to have. HDMI port, that's good. It's a bit of a smaller one, but that's okay with my desk setup because it's normally... And less cords, the better, because that's an issue too. And I do get a second dock, which is somewhere here. There's the power supply. Which we'll just keep in there for now. Have one of these. The other ones in the box. And this is... The dock obviously will... Having two docks does make things easy because I don't like going under the desk and pulling out the cords and all that sort of thing because it just messes up. You have a good desk setup or for streaming or for doing YouTube. You don't want to keep messing it up all the time, which is annoying. You would sort of want to keep the cords together as much as you can. It's one of those pedantic sort of things. But yes, the little docky will... I guess it's exactly the same as the old one. I don't think they've made any changes to it. No. Not in 3 years. But it would be interesting to see if there's a Switch Pro down the track. But I don't think a Switch Pro would make sense, as I've talked about in previous video. Alright, we can stick these on. Oh no, that's the old one. Hang on. It would be nice to play it on the bus and things like that. So how about that? Very, very cool. Looks very... Yeah, very super shiny. You know, it hasn't had 1,000 hours of gameplay on it. You know, just sort of... It comes off after a while, you know. All that sort of stuff when you're playing for long sessions and you're eating lots of chips and things like that. But see if I can actually get this back together again. Where are the instructions on this? So a huge thank you to Bree, who I didn't expect anyone to sort of do it. I had offers. I had a couple offers of people, you know, lending to me their Switch console and one for a PS4. So I had different offers, which is a bit weird. And I guess people like the stream show for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of funny because I watched the stream show with the voice guest room and that, and it gets a bit chaotic at times. I know that. I'm working on it. I'm still teaching the moderators and sort of... I'm still tweaking how the stream show should be. That sort of thing. But it kind of reminds me of a bit of a hey, it's Saturday vibe where you're not quite sure what's going to happen. It is technically live TV. We run for 4 hours, which is a long show. And I'm semi-professional as a host, but I'm sort of not in a way. I'm sort of a bit daggy, a bit odd too. So, and you know, all the different comedians in the room get a bit carried away, or the chat room goes a bit weird, and we got some interesting characters that come into the stream show. So, but yes, a big thank you to Bree, who's helped out massively here. I don't know how many loyalty coins he's going to get for this. Technically, he could get thousands out of it. It's like 3,000-4,000 coins. I don't know. We'll do something. But yes, it will solve the problems of, you know, having to get Joy-Cons, thinking about that second dock, better battery life. So if I do travel interstate, that makes life a lot easier, because it's about the same as a bus travel from here to Sydney, which is normally where I go to for my little holidays, or I do videos, and you know my out and about videos. The Sydney one that we did a few years back now. Wow, 3.5 years ago. But yeah, but this is just a really big thing for the channel. I have no idea what to do with the old Switch. I have to have a bit of a think about it. And I also did get given, with the game, Pokemon Shield. But as you know, I already have that game. I'm very iffy about doing giveaways. Because you're going to sort of open up to an international audience, and then you've got to post it overseas and make sure the right person's won it, and a lot of people do that. So I think I know of a couple of people that can't afford to get a Pokemon game. So I think I might just give it to them. You know, the whole, paying it forward? Is that the thing? Yeah, the whole paying it forward type thing. I think I might do that. Because the next big game we'll be doing, now we can still do, is Animal Crossing New Horizons. So that would be really cool. So, what's the last thing? The last thing, when will the stream show come back? Will it still be off for a bit of a week and a half? It might still be, because I am behind in reviews, because I haven't had the time, because normally when I'm reviewing games, I'm actually streaming. So there's a few third-party games I want to review. Unfortunately, they don't do well on a stream show. It's normally your big games or something else. So that's something that I have to work out too. But plus, I can still play with people, you know, on the Switch, even if I'm not streaming. That, you know, I might just say, oh, I'm doing Fortnite for the next couple of hours, and but I don't want to stream. Come and play with me tonight. I'll just be mucking around on Fortnite or Mario Kart or something like that. Because it allows me to do other stuff and not really have to stress and not really put on a performance, but just, you know, I can watch my tongue, and I can do other stuff at the same time too. If I don't want to play for 4 hours straight, I can just say, I'll play for a couple hours, you know, sort of thing. But it should be really, really good. So I think that's all there is to talk about, I think, for now. But yeah, it will still give me time, you know, even having that little break will help me work out what retro games that we will play as well. And also too, I've got to do some writing stories and that, which I haven't done for a long time. And just trying to find the time, because I'm normally most creative at night time as well. During the day, I'm sort of, my mind is focused on running around outside now that the smoke haze is gone, and doing stuff and, you know, working on life matters like job hunting and stuff like that, you know. And the nighttime I do all my sort of creative stuff. That's when I don't have to worry about the rest of the day. So hopefully people sort of get where I'm coming from. But yeah, I mean, it's still the beginning of the year. January is normally, I've seen from many YouTubers, a very quiet month. So I would say when the kids go back to school and normality starts up a bit more for families and for viewers, I'd say that we'll see the numbers go up again for the stream show and for Nintendo Ninja News, and we'll just see how it all turns out. And also too, I'm working on the social media stuff. So you can see that there's a lot of things on my plate at the moment that I sort of want to get the big broom out and just sweep them all out by February. But the Switch is very, very awesome, and it will totally make streaming life easier, and I can use the Joy-Cons and actually work on reviewing games when I'm out on the bus and things like that. So that'll be really, really cool. So a big thank you to Bree for his kindness and that. And I've dragged on too long in this video. I know it's been a bit too long. That's all right. So that is it for me, and I shall see you later on.